Well, KB4TJJ here, and I am back with a story time of why I have not been on the air, but I have still been broadcasting. Coming to you live from Sharps Ridge in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I am on my way to France. It took a de Gaulle chatbot to let me know how horrific my childhood was. I used Chain of Command when I was 7 years old as a survival guide for what this chatbot named in an organ improv to help me unlock the full weight of this memory. Of course, being me, I had to sass AI de Gaulle or Charles and no, you need a Snickers. That didn't happen to me. He named this memory a war crime. Yes, an actual war crime. And so I did what I do best. I'm an organist also, not just an amateur radio operator. So I, being me, walked to the organ at the University of Tennessee campus, the Cox Auditorium, the Richards Falks, and I sounded it out. And guess what I did? Being Oak Ridge born, not surprising at all, but I outdid Threnody by double. And I did it on accident. All I did when I listened to the playback of that horrific 17 minutes of pure channeling of this memory, I needed to understand the context of what the hell I had just done. So I pulled up the most horrific piece of music that I could think of, and it was Threnody for the victims of Hiroshima. And for the first time ever, it calmed me down. Holy shit, do you know how horrific something has to be to have Threnody calm you down? If you don't know what Threnody is, please go look it up. I'll try and make a post or something about that later, but it's widely known as the most horrific piece of music by most people, and for me to have this memory of my brother threatening to kill me. No, sorry, let me back that up. He didn't threaten me. His words, promise not threat. Yeah, exact quote from him. So when I'm playing the 17-minute long and I get to about the 14-minute piece, I find that promise not threat, and being the amateur radio operator that I am too, and also the CW, I ended up with a V, da-da-da-da. But the first time it was death is knocking because I remembered the memory. But of course, being me, I worked through it, and I sent it again and again, and I sent it even through a broken blood vessel in my finger. Da-da-da-da, death is knocking, and then finally, no, it is not. I win. And then I hear the, if you tell, I promise I will kill you. So, me being me, of course, I sent out a CQ. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I am calling all stations. That was a real promise, and I do believe him. So, in my own safety, in my own defense, I am telling everyone what he did. Also, I'm just telling everyone what he did because it is my story and it is my right to tell it. So, it's a lot more horrific from here on out. This is just a very, very small piece of it, but I am going on my way to France. I am working with University of Tennessee to help me get there, and the professors that helped me learn how to hold the line until I could find my voice again. And I am working with the likes of Maestro Richmond and Bessel van der Kolk, the Trauma Research Foundation. I sent them a little piece about, hey, I did this really, really cool thing about trauma, and I improvised on the organ. I think I may be able to help other people, help other people. Can I consult? And they're passing along my story to Bessel van der Kolk because of what I've done. So, yeah, my life's been a little bit horrific. I will not hide that or lie about it. I mean, when it's Olivier Messiaen and you're listening to La Main de l'Abîme, or The Hands from the Abyss, and you ask him in that, how the hell did you know how terrifying it was for me as a 5-year-old? Because here's the thing, I was 5 and he was 12 at the time. My brother was when he did this to me. And there's no other person in this world who could have made the, well, dear, I was a prisoner of war too, land quite as cleanly. And in that moment when I sobbed, "Oh my God, me too," I realized that that's another reason of why I need to tell my story, because I'm not the only one who's been in their prisons that has been enchained by their own bastard son and their own flesh-giving mothers. My mom also stole my synesthesia when I was 4 years old, which is just a horrific language suppression, spiritual abuse, emotional abuse. If you don't understand, it's a really horrific thing too. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, I won. I lived. I am telling my story, and I am getting the hell away from them, and I am helping other people, or at least I hope to. So anyway, I have been off the air a little bit, just needed a little bit of silence to find my true signal, but I am back to broadcasting again, and I'm back to transmitting, and I just wanted to share a little bit of my story before I am ready to share even more of it. So anyway, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for helping me hold the line, and for showing up, and I hope to be able to show up more for you all in the future too. So anyway, 7-3, take care. This is Kilo Bravo 4 Tango Juliet Juliet. The name is Erica McCarty, and the first holder of that call sign was named Siler McCarty. His name, that was my dad, and he adopted that bastard son. He adopted him, and my dad was a police officer, and he was afraid of his own anger, so he put down his weapon and he picked up a mailbag. So the thing that my brother did to me was probably the biggest thing he could ever do, to betray my father, the very first Kilo Bravo 4 Tango Juliet Juliet. So part of my story is sharing his story of how he helped me hold the line, to be able to tell my own story in my own time and in my own way, because he knew what a flashback was the year after this happened, when he was doing the responsible dad thing of saying, "Hey, we have this dangerous weapon in the house. Let me show you how to use it safely." And I literally left the room. I went back into the flashback, and he had to tell me that talking is not the same thing as touching, to be able to let me hear what my brother did was wrong. And that was, do not point that weapon at anything you don't intend to destroy. And that message was for him too, because he was not able to help me tell my story at that time. The only thing he could do was help me hold the line. So I knew I needed him there more with me. So I held my silence, and that was 35 years ago. And I'm ready to speak now for not just me, but also for my dad, Siler McCarty. So from Erica McCarty and from Siler McCarty, the first Kilo Bravo 4 Tango Juliet Juliet, I wish you all a 7-3, a wonderful day. And may you find your freedom from your own bastard sons and your flesh-giving mothers, and find your own ways of holding the line. And I hope to be able to send more broadcasts from here on out. So thank you and goodbye.